Something that's made a big difference to my facilitation approach and the way that I approach meetings of all kinds is thinking about how you can build trust within the meeting environment. This is a critical thing, and I actually read about it in I don't think I have the book here with me, but there's a book by George Lakey, who's a kind of a trainer in peace studies and in like a non-violent disobedience and this kind of thing, emerging out of the American peace movement. And he talks about building a container of trust. So in order for your group to work well together, they have to trust each other. And this might be actually one of the goals that you have for your meetings overall, building that relationship of trust. But it's not straightforward to know how to do that. Lots of people just kind of, oh, we need to trust, trust is lacking. Like, yeah, okay, great, but how can I make you trust me? It's not obvious how to do that. Well, the great insight that George Lakey had was that trust is built through taking a risk and seeing no negative impact from that. So if I take a small risk with you, I share something a little personal, something about a hobby. There's classic facilitation stuff, right? I share something about one of my hobbies and you go, oh, that's really interesting. Thanks very much, Greg. Well, I probably relax a little bit, right? That's why we do these icebreaker exercises at the start of workshops and so on, so that I can actually start to trust, okay, I can say something and people aren't like pointing at me and saying, haha, Greg, you do yoga, that's a ridiculous hobby, or haha, Greg, you like DJing, that's a stupid hobby. Yeah, you're much too old. Yeah, I don't get those things. And, I can relax and go, oh, okay, good. I feel safer in this environment. So you build that safety through a lack of negative impact of or a lack of negative repercussions for the risks that you take, right? So when you're planning your meeting, you want to think about how you can do that. Just being a team member isn't enough to get each other to trust one another. You as the manager have to think about how you can build it. So whether you're the manager of the team or a facilitator of a workshop or something like that, what you need to think about is, over time, let's get the team to take the participants in the meeting to take a little risk that they don't face any impact for, and then take a slightly bigger risk and then get no negative impact of that. So until you can get to a point where I can tell you, Big Boss, Big Boss, I actually don't like the way this project's structured. I think that there's a major mistake being made in the budget for it, and that's having all of these negative implications for me and the team. That's stuff that you need to find out. And it's going to be, so one, you need to find that out. And number two, that's actually going to set the team up for being able to have the frank conversations they need to advance their work. Otherwise, it's going to stay at this kind of like surface politeness, which it's very hard to get anything done with. I mean, I'm not saying you want to have some kind of constant recriminations or some kind of pseudo psychological group therapy thing. It's a team meeting. You're professionals and you're at work, right? On the other hand, does it make sense to think about how each team member feels, whether they feel able to express what they need to in order to advance that work? Yeah, it certainly does. So you want to build trust, get them to take a little risk, see no negative repercussions, because there won't be, because it's just a small risk and they're within the team, and then take slightly bigger risks over time. Build that into your meeting planning, and you probably want to build that in over time across your team meetings too.